On October 13, 2023, Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon killed Issam Abdallah, a Reuters journalist. The attack injured 6 other journalists from Reuters, Agence France Presse, and Al Jazeera.
I will always remember his wit and his humor. He was the dynamo of the press scene and of Reuters in general.
ما بعتقد في حدا مهضوم أكثر من عصام. ما بعتقد في حدا supportive أكثر من عصام.
Human Rights Watch investigated the attack to determine the cause, who carried it out, and its legality.
I don't know what justice looks like. We lost someone, and he's not coming back. And Christina, her life will never be the same. I don't know how you replace that. For me, justice, the only type of justice that we can get now is accountability.
Visual evidence suggests that Israeli forces targeted the journalists who were filming at a known live position far from military targets. The attacks were likely deliberate and an apparent war crime.
We were a group of 7 journalists, all wearing press vests, all wearing helmets, with cameras, with 3 live feeds for 3 international agencies. And we were hit twice directly in a matter of 37 seconds.
The digital investigations team at Human Rights Watch verified 49 videos and dozens of photos from before, during, and after the incident, analyzed satellite imagery of the area, interviewed witnesses, and consulted with arms and audio experts. Among the visual evidence collated by Human Rights Watch is the feed from the cameras of the journalists who were there that day. Just before 5 p.m. on October 13th, the 7 journalists from Reuters, Agence France Presse, and Al Jazeera congregated in Al-Mashab in southern Lebanon, roughly 1 to 2 kilometers from the Israeli border.
كمان كانت بالنسبة لنا كان موقع جيد لأنه قادرين عم نقدر نصور القصف من دون ما نعرض حياتنا للخطر.
They were there to report on clashes between the Israeli military and Lebanese and Palestinian armed groups in southern Lebanon.
When we arrived around 5 p.m., we were really only just filming this huge pillar of smoke that was coming, rising up beyond the hill to our south along the border. And maybe about 15 minutes later, we started to see incoming shelling from the Israeli side hitting the areas in Lebanon along the border. We were calm, collected, working as safe as you can in this kind of environment.
Evidence reviewed by Human Rights Watch indicates that the Israeli military knew or should have known that the group of people they were firing on were civilians. Around 5:54, Eli Brechia, an Al Jazeera journalist, took a selfie with Issam Abdallah, the Reuters journalist, with the sun setting behind them. "Good evening," Eli texted in Arabic.
So around a little bit before 6 p.m., about 1 minute before we were hit, there was what looked to be tank fire fired from the Hanita military base, fired across the valley into a hilltop, basically. Maybe 1.5 kilometers away from us. And I took out my phone to take a video of it. And basically, as soon as I took out my phone to take a video, I was going to inform our newsroom about the development. And as soon as I took out my phone, we were hit the first time. But basically, big explosion. The first one. I looked to my right and I saw my colleague Christina on the ground screaming and just saying I can't feel my legs.
Human Rights Watch has verified footage from 4 cameras that captured the first attack. The first strike directly hit and killed Issam Abdallah, who was near the short rock wall.
شوف لهب وتراب بعدين بسمع الصوت بشوف كريستينا وبشوف عصام وبعدين بركض بالاتجاه المعاكس بروح عند سيارتنا سيارة الجزيرة بقعد حدد السيارة شوي وبعدين بقول لا السيارات هني أهداف بالتدريبات هيك بيقولوا لك. فأنا وعم بركض لأبتعد عن السيارة نزل الصاروخ الثاني بالسيارة وانفجرت كلها يعني، وهيدا يلي عمل لي كل الشظايا من الجهة الخلفية لأنه أنا كنت عم بركض لأبتعد عنها.
Getting hit once or firing once could be a mistake, but there were two direct shots at us, so you can't say that's a mistake.
Audio analysis, witness testimony, and satellite images reviewed by Human Rights Watch suggests that at least one munition was fired from Israeli territory, approximately 1.5 kilometers to the southeast. Analysis of the video taken in the minutes before the attack further suggests that the group was targeted by Israeli military. 3 cameras captured the same scene, but in each one, light appears to be either static, blinking, or absent, depending on the camera. Experts said this could suggest the use of infrared targeting or range-finding technology, suggesting that the Israeli military was actively observing the journalists and proceeded to target them.
We lost a colleague. My colleague has life-altering injuries, and I want to know who pulled the trigger.
واليوم نحن بكره رح يجي اكيد حدا غيرنا. العداله هي انه يتحاسبوا يلي قاموا بكل هذه الجرائم.
Since Human Rights Watch began this investigation, 2 journalists, Rabi al-Ma'mari and Farah Omar, were reportedly killed in an Israeli strike in the southern Lebanese town of Tar Harfa, some 2.3 kilometers from where Issam Abdullah was killed. At least 61 journalists have been killed in the hostilities in Israel and Gaza, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists. The committee said that the first month of hostilities marked the deadliest month for journalists since they began documenting journalist fatalities in 1992. Journalists are protected under international humanitarian law against direct attacks. Targeting journalists constitutes a breach of the Geneva Conventions. Intentionally or indiscriminately attacking civilians is a war crime.